नो वरीज, ठीक है। Anyways, we will need that. ठीक है। Okay, so first things first, 14,247 out of how many? Around 75,000 people? Yes or no? So congratulations to all of you. And trust me, it's still too early. Within 72 hours, you are here for the next thing. But मेरे हिसाब से it was like just a kind of a FOMO कि नहीं session ले लो, and I was here to take a session. Ideally, you should be relaxing right now. Now you'll come back with the answer saying, sir, हम relax करने जा रहे हैं. We wanted to relax, but the world is not allowing us to relax. Everywhere, somebody is saying that haven't you submitted your CV? Companies are recruiting, things are happening. Is that so? Give me a thumbs up. Hmm. So, first of all, let me tell you one thing. You can sleep well now. The results cannot change. You would have already taken up a printout. You would have taken up a screenshot. You would have actually validated it from different sources. Three-way matching would have been done of your result. So now this degree nobody can take away from you. Let me tell you that. ये degree उड़ने वाली नहीं है. Okay. World will be there. This degree will be there. And you will always be having this degree in your hand. So relax. First thing. Second, you are not into a rat race saying ki I want the job and the jobs are going to evaporate. The jobs are not going to evaporate. Second. Third, preparing for a job, yes, it requires a lot of preparation. Preparation in terms of, sir, despite of becoming a chartered accountant, there are various things which we need to understand. Yes, we will be doing that. But that does not gives you that kind of a problems. Everything is going to go miss out. No, nothing is going to get missed out. So relax on that. Okay. So that's my first request to all of you. Don't panic. Second, now things will be there with you. So what we will do it, D2P is give me a yes or no, okay, or a thumbs up on many things which comes to your mind. Number one, I want a good CV. So give me a yes or no, give a thumbs up. Second, I want to understand what this is all about, means what all I can do. I have got many questions in my mind. I want to understand every single field. Before this, मैं restaurant जाता हूँ, I want to check the menu, what is there in each menu. And then accordingly, I will try to decide. That is second. Sir, पैसे कितने देंगे? How much they will pay? Everybody is thinking that I am a millionaire right now. Yes, you are a millionaire. 10 lakh kamana is not an issue. But yes, that is something is going to come to your mind. Sir, I feel that people have made you feel over the last 45 days that if you are only doing CA, there is nothing happening. You need to do multiple things along with that. ये भी कर लो, वो भी कर लो, join this class, join that class. Is that the case? So I've understood the problem properly means. Okay, so now let me try to help you in this. In all these issues, let me tell you one thing. We will help you. We will have specific and separate sessions for each of them. There will be materials made available from our side. There will be sessions by Big Four partners, already working people, how to build your profiles, how to prepare your CV. And let me tell you, because many of you would have not joined earlier, I already did a series of these sessions after the result and before the after the exams and before the result once. I will be doing it again for all of you now, and these things will be there. So no worry about at any point of time in terms of resources. First of all, the thing is now there is no exam, but yes, you need to upgrade yourself. That's the one of the important aspects which we need to see. So my agenda with you today, as I mentioned and sent you that particular invite. So my agenda with you today would be on many things. See, CA job scenario. Big Four versus industry. Okay. Job in various sectors. JDs and further studies. JD stand for? JD stands for what? Tell me. And biggest of all, biggest of all, impact of AI. Okay. So impact of AI. So these few things which will be there in your mind. So in terms of the overall job scenario, once you become a chartered accountant, once you become a CA, what will happen? Basically, you have two different categories of work which you can do. One is your practice, the other is a job. And the moment you go into a job scenario, there becomes two branches come out. One is working with a CA firm and working in industry. When I talk about CA firms, then again you go into the category of wherever you have done your CA, local CA firms, mid-size CA firms, large firms, and big six. Okay. So did I mention that you can keep your notepad with you? I think missed out mentioning. Keep a notepad with you and then you can start observing all these things. So I'll keep you giving all these things and you can make a note. So how many of you already have a notepad? So you can say, yes, I am there with it. So I've got two Tejwanis there, Sweetie Tejwani and one more Tejwani. I think there are two Tejwani sisters by any chance. So are you both twins, Sweetie and Gunjan? Okay, cousins. So you have both become chartered accountants at the same point of time. Wow. ऐसा भी होता है मतलब ये भी पारिवारिक काम हो गया है बिकमिंग चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट्स ग्रेट ओके चलिए नाइस टू हियर you want me to take the CA firms conceptuality first or industry conceptuality first? Tell me. Okay, a couple of them coming to industry. When it comes to industry, majority goes for industry. Okay, let's go for industry. We'll take both Bhavesh, big four, big six पे भी आएंगे. Okay, so now एक और चीज बता दूं. Let me tell you one more thing that your evenings will be committed with me for few days. I know these are the evenings which you have been working for, but these evenings will be taken by me for few days. Why? Because I would like to take different sessions on you. Today is like the first session where I'm giving you an overview of everything. Then we'll go to a CV drafting session. Then we'll go to a session of domain guidance. Then we'll also go to a session of building up your profiles on LinkedIn and Naukri. That how do you hunt for it? And then we'll also have a session on hacks for AI. How you can use AI for your interview preparation. So, sounds good? And biggest of all, none of them will be chargeable. Okay, everything would be for free. So that is something which I wanted to mention, but I wanted to just didn't wanted to sell it because that's not the USP, because we have been doing this for last 14 to 15 years now. 15 साल से I have been doing this. I am myself a chartered accountant who is an ex-Deloitte and ex-PwC. I am teaching and training CA students since last 16 years in Indore. As in the beginning of the meeting, I said that many of my students also are here who have become chartered accountants. If they can give a mention that yes, they are from my classes. So I think Prasansa is there, Nish Jain is there, Samyak is there, Vineet is there. Correct. Yes, Mohit is also my student. Om Khandelwal, Sarthak Baldua, Muskan Goyal. Correct. Yes, Mayank. Great. Happy to hear you all. Yes. So, first of all, no charges. All sessions will be here. Yes, the recordings would be made available, but afterwards, not immediately. So, because it needs some amount of editing, and after that, it gets uploaded. So, you remember what all you will get offered from D2P. Then I'll come back to what discussions we started. Okay. So, D2P will offer you pre-placement talks with Big Four partners. We already had 2 sessions, if you know, and few people attended it. We had a session with PwC and KPMG on 27th of June. 2 sessions on the same day. We'll also have a talk with Wipro, and we'll also have pre-placement talks, and then interactive sessions with existing working people. We had a session with Vibral from EY. He is a manager at EY. We also had a session with Neha Singh from Peak Ventures. If you remember the name Sequoia Capital, so she was working in that investment banking and venture capital division. So she also had a session. On similar lines, a lot of sessions from various people, and all these people have to be my students only. So they have been working at various places. So you can have a very candid talk and an open talk with them. क्या होता है, कैसे होता है, how things work, what to expect, what not to expect, because there are a lot of things which you may be hesitant to ask to specific HRs, that how it is going to happen, खर्चा कितना लगेगा, how will I save money, what's the culture, because that is something which you need that first hand conversation with whom I can do this. So I'll try to put you that platform. Correct. So that's the logic. And the most important one is you will get vacancies from industry as well as Big Six. And these vacancies are genuine. Your CVs will be uploaded, shared with them. You will be interviewed. And let me be very proud to say that we have helped more than 2,610 CAs in the journey of last 15 years to get to their first job. Okay. So when you make applications with us, be assured when your applications are processed, you will be receiving an email that your CV has been uploaded, and then your CVs will be processed. It will be sent to the HRs. Let me tell you one thing, we do not influence the process. मेरे कहने से you will not get selected. Your CV has to be good. You have to answer the questions properly and you have to get yourself interviewed. So please don't consider me as that if you send me a personal DM and request me, then I'll get you a job. That's not the case. What maximum can be done is I can put your CV forward with a process. A Google form will be circulated to you, asking you multiple details of the various lines of service, and you will get educated and understand all these things once you go through these sessions which are there. The problem is result aata hai every next day people want to apply, but it is not something because if you have taken 4.5 years to complete chartered accountancy, it's okay to have at least 4 weeks to understand what the positions are all about. Am I correct or not? The problem with all this happens is that in term of you start making a hurried decision. So that is what I said in the beginning. The jobs are not evaporating. Your degree is not getting vanished. Understand everything properly and take an intelligent decision after understanding all the facts. Okay. So let's go back to what we were trying to discuss. This was the offering of D2P. We were discussing something from industry. As the team said that, sir, we would like to hear out industry first and then the big six. Sir, in terms of industry, you will have finance and accounts position. So this you'll be working in the finance and accounts department of any company. Correct? Uh, FP&A position. That is second. Third one is compliance positions. And then finance and operations. Okay. Now, under these industry, these four type of working positions will come to you from various industries. First, manufacturing. Second, BFSI. Can somebody decode BFSI for me? I know. And don't use GPT, okay? Can somebody tell me what BFSI means? Means don't do Google. Don't Google it. नहीं आता है तो tell me, sir, I don't know. It's okay. Don't create a wrong situation. Yes, Samyak, it's banking and financial services. Correct. What is the, if you remember, what is the latest development which has happened in terms of UPI, if somebody knows? The latest development, few days back. Has anything changed few days back in terms of UPI and this? Hmm. Largest UPI transaction in India? No. There is something more than that. All the devices now will be able to take care of. There is something which they have done in terms of tech that UPI devices, all the devices will be under something. So I am also not clear, but I read through the headline of the Economic Times. Okay, so IT industry, BFSI, then you go into something called real estate, power companies, infrastructure, correct? So all these things will be seeking your employment under these positions. Now, is this clear or not? Give me an idea. Then I'll start taking every one by one. Finance and accounts, FP&A, compliance, and this. Is this clear to you? These kind of four positions you will be doing in different type of industries. एक मिनट, I mentioned, stop mentioning pharma. Then eighth is telecom. Ninth is media and entertainment. Yes or no? Yeah, Gunjan, tap and pay. I think something has changed. Okay, guys, can you excuse me for a minute by the time you make notes of it? Can you excuse me for a minute? Some important call from one of the big four is coming up. I'll be just not available for just for a minute. Okay. Sorry for the interruption. Thank you very much. Did you make a note of this? Finance and account position, FP&A position, compliance position, operations in manufacturing, IT industry, retail, real estate, power companies, infrastructure, pharma, telecom, media, and entertainment. Okay, so what you will be doing in all these? Sir, under a finance and accounts position, if I may say, if I take finance and account position as A, B, C, and D. Under finance and account position, you will be working with them to make their accounts ready. Okay. So you will be working into the preparation and presentation of financial statements once the accounts team works everything. So this will be more of a monthly thing, monthly, quarterly, half yearly, and yearly work. And if your organization is a multinational organization, then consolidation and representation and presentation as per IGAP, IFRS, or other things. So it will be more of recording, preparation, and presentation of financial statements as per the statutes. So this will be finance and accounts position. Any doubts on this finance and accounts position? Give me a yes or no. If any questions are there, I think I should allow you to unmute your mic. Yes, you all are allowed to unmute, but the finance and account position is this. So if you want to ask any question on finance and account position, please ask. Then I will move to FP&A, then I'll move to compliance, then I'll move to finance and operations. Anybody with any of the questions right now? Or otherwise you can say all clear so I can move ahead.
किसका है अगला?
I request others to keep mic on mute, please. All clear. Great. So first that is clear. Now this is second one B, FP&A, financial planning and analysis. And we are having vacancies in this. Okay. Let me tell you that. Financial planning and analysis is something where how many of you like financial management, Excels, and then discounted cash flows and everything, number crunching kind of thing. So that number crunching kind of thing where you try to capture every details from the business. Let's say if you're working in a company, if you're working in a startup, if you're working in a multi-location organization, what will happen is you will be able to understand how the cash is flowing in, where it has to go, how will you plan. So FP&A, financial planning and analysis. So you will be basically using the data. Okay, you will be using the data created by finance and accounts positions to develop your MIS, if I may say that way. So all that MIS will be business specific, management specific, and then you'll be able to make predictions, you'll be able to make understandings that how things are going to go further. So there will be about scenarios, कैसा करेंगे तो क्या होगा if this happens, because that is what one thing which you would have understood in terms of scenario understanding, that if as we do in financial management, if we are totally financed by debt, what will happen? If we are totally financed by equity, what will happen? So we try to develop those scenarios. So financial planning and analysis basically will use the data of finance and accounts team to create different types of reports, dashboards, monitor and then help the organization to plan its things properly. If I give you a small example, don't you think if a Domino's, which is the company which is running Domino's, okay, now you are all chartered accountants, so I can ask these questions. Which company is running Domino's in India? Vishakha valuations is a different case. Valuations also I will come to it. वो valuations more of big four, big six में जाएगा बेटा. So that is the red portion. Hmm. Yes, man. It's more of like budgeting, forecasting. Yes. Yes, Jubilant Foods. So if Jubilant Foods right now has got around like 6,000 to 7,000 Domino stores selling pizzas across the country. So average sale of that through UPI, through debit card, through credit card, through cash, combined together, if you take average sale of 30 or 40,000 rupees per day, so multiply 365 into 40,000, considering the weekend also averaging out, multiplied by number of stores, and then you will come to a big situation and big number that this is the average cash flow which is coming in. So this is the daily cash flow which is coming in. You have to understand the float of that, and then accordingly plan your vendor payments, plan your salaries, and if there is a float available in the between, then you have to actually take it to the level that it can be invested for short-term purposes to make some gains. If you have some loans to repay, all those things will get into the category of this financial planning and analysis. Another doubt, let me clear, Medha. Financial modeling is not required to get financial planning and analysis. Before results, we did a session with PwC and KPMG, and this question was specifically asked by me. I asked on behalf of all the candidates that people are nowadays saying that you need to do valuations, you need to do modeling. Understand one thing, Medha. Something which has not been imbibed by you, can you do CA by a 4 hours crash course or a master class? As simple as that. Can you learn audit in 4 hours master class? No. So modeling is not required. Financial modeling, all these courses which are being sold to you, please understand you have done a lot of work. You have cleared 6 papers, 2 SPOMs, and you have cleared integrated business solutions, man. IBS. That's a big thing to do. Okay. So नहीं चाहिए financial modeling. And trust me, if I tell you, can I take a minute on this financial modeling thing so that all of you are made aware of all this? Because that is a big, I am digressing from the topic, but yes, I would like to add into this financial planning and analysis के अंदर ही. Please understand, these financial modeling and valuations, anybody who is employing you, okay, Divyam, this question, let's keep this question late because then again it will become a haywire questionnaire. Upon what vyavasthit, we are going in an organized way, Divyam. You need to have the patience, okay? So let me take things one by one. A, B, C, D. Keep your questions for the end. That with this position is good or that position is good. I'll be able to tell you what this position is all about. But you have to wait. So correct. So Mayank has given an opinion. I took one financial modeling course. Almost 90% topics are same as we have studied in FMA. FMA just using Excel and proper formatting. Hmm. So now this is where I am trying to tell you. For example, let's say you get employed with X organization. Let's say ICICI Securities employs you. Okay. All of you tell me one thing. If ICICI Securities is employing you, don't you think they have their own methodology of working things? Give me a yes or no. So they will be having everything orally and there will be a proper software and a format and a proper workflow. Tell me. And do you think that format will be available in public domain? They have their own SOP. They have their own way of doing things. So do you really think a financial modeling, small 4 hour, 10 hour workshop or a recorded lecture just trying to tell you how to calculate basic fundamental points will enable you to become more employable? It's as simple as that. But I'll tell you what, the feed of your Instagram, the feed of your YouTube, the feed of everywhere comes with financial modeling. Ye kar lo, wo kar lo. If you miss out, if you do that, join the course, happens this. This is the problem you all are going through right now. So, my friends, relax. Acha, do you really think you will be asked there to derive the Black-Scholes model of valuation, or that would be already configured in the software? Tell me. In terms of AFM and all that. So this will be already configured, correct? So if that is already configured, why the hell are you getting worried about it? It is nothing but simply just the revision of your financial management concepts. You need to be capable of developing, let me tell you, as a chartered accountant now in this economy, you need to be capable of developing VLOOKUPs, HLOOKUPs, pivots, and you should be able to find out. And now all these VLOOKUPs, HLOOKUPs, and pivots are also navigated to the level of AI. I have attended the AI class of ICAI, a certificate course. Let me tell you, we do not need to remember all these formulas now. So it's just if you are able to use the technology better, things will be sorted. Okay, so FP&A clear, my friends. So can I go to the next one? Give me a yes, all clear, so I'll go further. Yeah. Okay, great. Now let's go to the third one. C, compliance. Now, compliance are into different categories: yearly, monthly, quarterly, half yearly. Okay. Compliance again gets into the category of legal compliance or compliance with the group reporting norms, etc. etc. So, now whatever the data which you have used here, finance and accounts, it has to be reported properly to various authorities. Okay. So when you have to report this properly to various authorities, that is called compliance. So the biggest and the most important compliance is TDS, GST, which is like the bread and butter for direct taxes and indirect taxes. You would have been doing it from your articleship days. So that compliance comes into that yearly and monthly concept. Quarterly compliances come in terms of TDS returns, etc. And what happens is once you become a chartered accountant and get into the compliance, so the compliance will not only be related to financial laws, it will go to labor laws, it will go to environmental laws. So now tell me one thing, who will be more excited? Sir, if I am a person who tries to learn different laws and tries to interact with various authorities and try to put things forward to them, then you are a compliance person. ESG, very nice, Vishakha. That is nowadays a full-fledged field in itself. You know that? It's a separate practice area for bigger firms nowadays. ESG practice is there separately. Now, what is ESG stands for if all my friends can give me the full form of ESG, otherwise I'll help you all. Vishakha, it is environment, sustainability and governance. It's not social governance. Environment, sustainability and governance. ESG. So all these things will come into. Acha, half yearly, if your company is a listed entity, so then you will get into SEBI compliances, LODR guidelines, सिमिलर लगता है सुनने में. SEBI LODR guidelines, half yearly, yearly again, annual reports, compilation, presentation, and everything. Correct? ROC. Then again, income tax appellate and tribunal, ITAT, High Court, and if Supreme Court compliance, all that litigation. Correct? Hello. Got it? तो ये सब करना पड़ेगा इसके अंदर. If you all are sorted, let me know. Any questions into related to this? Any questions related to this, or can we move ahead? You need to give me a sense. Good question by Mayank. No need for an expert knowledge, let me tell you that. The biggest achievement for a chartered accountant now is that he can handle everything he knows. He has got a certificate from the ICI that isko akal hai, he has the brains. So any new law which comes in now can be understood, read, interpreted by all of us. And thanks to AI tools, we can do it faster than ever before. प्रॉब्लम विद एआई है, सबको पता है सिर्फ जीपीटी में क्या करना है. जीपीटी में बैठ के शायरियां ढूंढ रहे हैं, विशेष ढूंढ रहे हो, ट्रांसलेशंस कर रहे हैं. पीपल लाइक यू एंड मी, वंस वी सिट टुगेदर and you understand, then you can make the best of it. Simply putting up a PDF and asking what it is all about is faster now. Has anybody used GPT for preparations? I wanted to ask that also. Well, I have learned GPT in last 3 months now. Did anybody use GPT for CA preparations? Ashwini did. Yes. Formula revisions, little. Yes. Good. No, because now the time is like we can't. Review of resume.
Germans have a term for what you're feeling. Weltschmerz. It means the depression that arises from comparing the world as it is to a hypothetical, idealized world.
Okay.
You're right, I do feel better.
I think Divyam, I think someone was trying to give a demo itself. Okay. So, yes, those GPTs will help. So, expert knowledge of all the laws is not necessary. Don't start running for doing another masterclass in law. Okay. So, this is sorted. Compliance. Now, finance and operations. Once I go to finance and operations, what will happen? Sir, finance and operations, what happens is this is day-to-day working. For example, if in audit, as you have learned, now you decode it for me. What is this? First one, second one, and third one. Come on. Takshil and Mayank, you are wrong. This is procure to pay. This is order to cash. This is hire to retire. Now, this is in simple bhasha, in simple terms, purchase of a business. This is sale of business. This is salary of business, payroll of business. This is R2R, that is record to report. Now, this is accounting of expenses and transactions. Got it? So finance and operations, now what will happen, I'll tell you. You will be more or less into one of these positions. So यहाँ पे you will be used as a chartered accountant or just as an accountant, tell me. मतलब, do you need your CA skills here or just accounting skills? Yes, just an accountant, correct. So, and who is going to hire you here? Let me tell you, there is one big thing which is happening. All the Accentures, all the offshore companies, they are doing accounting on behalf of foreign clients. So if you have a foreign clients, you are billing them in the Gen packs, correct? So now tell me one thing, they are doing accounting on behalf of foreign clients, so they are billing them in rupees or in dollars? Dollars. So won't they be able to pay you handsome in these salaries? Yes or no? So they'll be paying you, and what kind of work will they do? And let me tell you, yes, and they will be offering you a very specific amount also. And if I can tell you that yes, they are offering 8 lakhs fixed or something, वो उसी के आसपास रहेगा. That will be there because you are more into the accounting scene, and they can hire a chartered accountant because chartered accountant is joining there. And because the chartered accountant is joining there, why? Sir, I have no other option. Companies are not taking me, so therefore they are going there. Correct? So that is something I always say this line. This is one of my favorite phrases. If there is a big engine already working and you go into any one of the positions of these particular places, you become a small spare part of that engine. And the part can be easily replaced and the engine will not get affected. So you being employed in these places is that particular part. Correct? So now it's up to you as a chartered accountant, not even 100 hours over as of now after becoming a CA. Why do you want to make yourself so hurriedly interested in all this? Relax, friends. Take time. Think over it. And that is where the purpose comes in, that every 6 months now, every 4 months, I have to come over online and to have this conversation. And the problem is these conversations are not paid. These are simply one-to-one marked, one-to-one marketed by people like you who just join in and I speak. But this is something which needs to go into the larger domain, that this is what the profession is all about. You need to understand all this in deeper sense and then take the steps forward. Okay. So I think I have done finance and accounts, FP&A, compliance, finance and operations. Now, Ari Medha, see, articleship was nowhere to be compared with the amount of money. The problem with the new genre of the students is they always consider articleship as a salaried employment. Please don't look at the money. See, doctors also get a stipend, lawyers also get a stipend, but they don't look at that way, na, that this is my salary. Somehow this CA profession has developed this particular thing that this is equivalent to my salary. No, we are made for a lot of big things, beta. Within the last 30-40 minutes, what kind of discussions you would have realized that बहुत काम आता है यार अपन लोगों को. बिठा के somebody should tell you all this, so you will realize that we know all this. The 22-year-old child or the 25-year-old boy or girl who is right now sitting on the other side is able to understand so much. Doesn't it feels to be great? हाँ यार, I know this. That's a problem. I would request all of you to chat publicly rather than personally. I got one of this option right now. One of the chats from one of the students. Sir, everyone around are behaving like all the vacancies will be gone within 24 hours. That is what my first line was. Don't get into this particular thought process. मत पढ़ो इस चक्कर में. मैं बोल रहा हूँ ना, see, something you have to understand. This is not an FOMO kind of a thing which you are getting into. Let them start, Sri Hari Krishna. Big Six started walk-in drives. Let them start. Even I'll be sharing the forms. Even I'll share the forms and I'll ask you to apply. Even we are planning a walk-in drive before ICI campus in Indore. I wanted to ask how many of you would be interested in attending a walk-in drive, doing physical one at Indore? How many of you are from Indore here? And I'll tell you what, I've convinced the Big Four. It's a Big Four India. I have convinced the Big Four that it should take multiple attempt candidates also. So they are ready to interview multiple attempt candidates also. So can you beat it? So now I leave it to you. If you really want the Big Fours to come, we need at least 100 candidates so that the cost and everything which Big Four travels down, books up a hotel and does a walk-in drive should be justified. So I'll share the Google form with you so that you can apply there, and then I can share that with them that these many people are interested. You can come and get yourself interviewed. And if you get selected, they'll give you an offer then and there itself. Yeah. No, I'm just asking. It's not compulsory, Sri Hari Krishna. Don't worry. Okay. Now I want to put some questions in your head right now. I have listed out around 9 or 10 industries here. Do you want to ask anything specific to these industries? Because see, all these industries will have these type of departments: finance and account, FP&A, compliance, reporting. So now what will happen is, industry mein your employability increases how? You would have done certain type of industries in your articleship. Okay. Now those kind of industries which you have done in your articleship, if you have got a good understanding of that particular industry, then you go there. I didn't mention metal and mining, yes. So those industries, if you go there, so they take you as a better person because you know how the basics work. So for example, if you have done an audit of any real estate company, so you know how the percentage completion method works, how revenue recognition works there, how the payments are processed, how it has to be classified in terms of reporting and accounting. All these things will make a big difference. I also missed out mentioning hospitality, hotels. So hospitality industry also will have their own basics. So all these things will be specific. Now I can give you one simple hack. If you have a liking for an industry, what I'm trying to say you, and listen, if you have a liking for industry, use the GPT to tell you what this industry is including about. We'll do a separate session, okay, in the coming days, how to use GPT to become an expert, to give interview and to train yourself, and not only theoretically, but the practical case studies also. Aoge? Will you bring your friends around? So I'll do that session for you also. You need to bring your friends also. I have got Manjima and other people right from South right now. I can tell you, these people are from South, but they have joined in. I forgot, yeah. If you can give me a minute or so, please mention your demography, your cities from where you all have joined. That is something which I always do in my lecture in the beginning, but I just forgot to ask. So Hari Krishna is from Bangalore, Shraddha is from Maharashtra, Indore, Delhi, Bangalore, Indore, Bhopal, Delhi, Indore, Kerala, Mumbai, Kota, Indore, Chennai, Ratlam, Lalitpur, Bhopal. Lalitpur happens to be UP. Surat, Gujarat. Wow, Bhavesh. More or less, yes. No, I get this. I am so happy on all this. Okay, Chennai, Mohammed is from Chennai. Bhavani Mandi, Rajasthan, Pune, Maharashtra. Rohit from Chennai. Great, Rohit. So, really happy. Deepak Shinde from Nasik. Wow. So, industry का basic idea हो गया. I think you have a fair bit of idea now what we are talking about. So, if you allow me, then I'll go to the next one. CA firms. Which sessions, Gunjan, online? Which sessions you are mentioning, Gunjan? हाँ, वो तो सब ऑनलाइन ही होगा. आई एम जस्ट आस्किंग यू टू ब्रिंग मोर फ्रेंड्स. दैट इज व्हाट आई एम ट्राइंग टू टेल यू. सो ब्रिंग मोर फ्रेंड्स online to make them understand that what all is going on. See, Ashwi, very, very valid question. And I think I'll club two questions. Akshat is asking one question that what will be the exit opportunities and under which sector we get stuck, like it is closed and for other industry. Ashwi, anywhere if you go now, for example, if you're into real estate, if you're into banking, if you spend few years, let's say 2-3 years there, what will happen is after spending 2-3 years, you will understand the basics, the software, the working, the requirements. Beta, after 3 years, you would also not like to have that adventurous change. If you want to have that adventurous change, it should be done within first 6 months. Otherwise, once you become used to and acclimatized towards a particular sector, बेटा आप ही बहुत कुछ नहीं करोगे आगे चल के. Reason being, I'll tell you, once you settle down, life takes its own turns. Life goes further. You think about marriage, you think about buying a house, you think about your parents. There are so many things which will get activated, which right now you are not able to comprehend also. Job will become only one aspect of your life. It will not be your full life, beta. I hope I'm able to make you understand the intensity from which I am coming and trying to make you understand. See, I tell you what, I am 45 right now, a father of 3 children, and you all are just half of my age. Okay. So there's a big cycle right now waiting. I have spent 4.5 years with Big Four. I have been into coaching industry. I have been into audit and advisory. तो ये सब थोड़ा सा देखा हुआ है. I've seen things evolving and changing. तभी इतना सब पता चला है. सो माय पॉइंट टू टेल यू इज दैट डोंट टेक इट एज एन आइसोलेशन थिंग कि बस यही करना है यही करना है. अभी तो वेरी थिंग्स आर सपोज टू कम बेटा. वो जोकिंगली इन मीम वर्ल्ड यू से ना, रुको जरा, सबर करो, लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स विल कम. नहीं, you all can do everything. No problems on that. But it has to be planned that way. See, I'll tell you what, if I spend 3 years in a bank, okay, if I spend 3 years in a bank, I will be good at banking, na? Somebody now takes me as a fresher in another sector, what will be the benefit to me? They will not consider your 3 years in another industry for themselves. They say, बोले भाई मेरा क्या काम का? And you think from your angle also. What will happen? Will you be taking another fresher or will you be taking another person who's just coming for learning? Think from employer's point of view. If you are into the employer seat, some CA comes to you that I was in banking industry, now I want to come into real estate. You will hire him or her or not? Tell me. So, yes, he will be considered a fresher, na? And if you want to develop the knowledge, my friend, there's no point investing 2.5 years to develop that knowledge. अच्छा, knowledge का करना क्या है? Ultimately, I want that knowledge to convert it into my professional skills and capabilities, which allows me to charge a premium or earn good money and good life. Am I correct? So if that, tell me now, if you would if you want a solution of a specific disease, do you go to a specific MBBS doctor or a specific specialist? And how will you become a specialist? Because if you are just an MBBS doctor, you can max is have a clinic and a colony and an area where you can sit and look at patients. Correct? But if you want to be a heart surgeon, a cardiologist, or a dermatologist, or neurosurgeon or something, then you have to develop that skills. फिर लोग ढूंढते हुए आते हैं आपको. People keep looking for you. Where are you? Akshat got it. चलो, great. Happy to hear that. समझ में आ रहा है. Yeah, so having an attendance, consistent attendance makes a big difference. Yes. Vineet, you are into real estate industry from last 2.5 years. Can I switch now after qualification? If you want to, you can. See, after becoming a chartered accountant, you have started afresh. You can go anywhere. Okay. So the hack is you have to craft your CV accordingly, do things accordingly, and then accordingly you can apply. Audit. See, we will always have a hard stop at 8:30. Okay. So now, do you allow me to start something on CA firms, which I am very sure will not get completed today? So if you want, I will take this in the next session, or if you want, I should take some bit of it right now because local firms, mid-size CA firm, large firm, and big six will all not get covered. So do you want me to give an overview on this? Vishaka, AI is a separate session, to be very honest. Yes, Prasansa, it is very cautious. See, I am not here to sell something, the best part. I am not going to sell you a course, so relax. So I will not put pressure on anything and I'll give every detail properly. At the end, max is what I'll tell you what. These are the application options. These are the Google Form links. Apply. I will not say use this only. Relax. What you have to rush for ICI campus? Shraddha, ICI, let ICI open up the portal. Let them ask you to submit. Till the time you listen to my CV drafting session, which is day after tomorrow, prepare your CV accordingly, work on it, and then create a nice CV and then submit it, beta. So I'll tell you to CA firms. Okay. So when you come for CA firms, what will happen? As I told you, there will be local firms, mid-size CA firms, large firms, and big six. No. Up to 3 attempts is very okay. Don't get bothered, Prasansa. Up to 3 attempts is very okay. Okay. Now, local firms. Let me give you an idea about local firms. So, local firms will give you regular compliance work. And if any of my child right now, right now I'm saying is because it's not even 100 hours you have become a chartered accountant. So there will be a lot of things going in your head. Sometimes your emotion will be up. I want to stay with my parents. I want to be here only. I want to remain in my own city. If that is the case, and if that is a real thing which you want to make your life there only, boss, then better to be in that city right from the beginning rather than roaming around here and there, losing all the connections and contacts and then again coming back. Pehla. So regular compliance work will be there. Clients will know you personally. This, I would say, will suit any person who is too connected to the family and has done some good work. And he can foresee कि ये काम मैं भी करना चाहता हूँ and I want to do this for my life. Then only go for local firms. Now, the moment I say local firms, I am not demeaning them because the maximum number of firms are local firms only in India. If out of 5 lakh chartered accountants, if my numbers are correct, whatever are practicing, 80% are sole proprietor firms and they are the ones who are giving you the articleships. Am I correct or not? So very few people get selected to bigger CA firms for articleship purposes. So these things will happen. Now, once you go to a mid-sized firm, it's like 4 to 5 partners. So they will have some bank related work. They will have some multi-location work. Now in this, you can understand that if you want to be a part of one of their departments, then you can join them. And most of the candidates come back saying, sir, my articleship exposure was not good enough. I have a strict objection to one of the word being used by many of the CA students saying, I did articleship from a mediocre firm. Mediocre बड़ा अच्छा word नहीं है. Mediocre is not a good word actually, you know. So he is also a chartered accountant. He has given you training. Whatever he had, he has helped you. And you have sought help from him. So don't use that word. It's a small firm. Mid-sized firm is a better word. Mediocre firm is not the right word. Okay? So please make sure you don't use that. So bank work, multi-location work. Here you will always get GST, you will get income tax, you will get finance related work. So now what happens is if you want to make, again saying that if you want to make a place in a city, if you want to be there only, then local and mid-sized firms are very good. In local firms, it may so happen that the sole proprietor is senior enough and he wants to hand over something to others. Then this is all time consuming, let me tell you. Here you will not get overnight success, okay? So here it's a game of patience. और वो पेशेंस आजकल किसी के पास होता नहीं है. Many of the people don't have the patience nowadays. अभी तो every one of my chartered accountant, if you ask me out, any of you, what you want to do? I want to be in New York right now, doing investment banking in next 6 days and getting a Porsche or a Ferrari and having fun. Say yes or no, or give me a smiley. Sir, I want to be the next Leonardo DiCaprio, making millions and zillions of money. Initial mood swings. Yes, everybody does that. So nowadays I start looking at you like मेरे बच्चे हंस रहे हैं, बच्चे खुश है, ऐसा हो रहा है मेरे साथ तो अब ऐसा होता है. When you all come to me with this thing, हाँ, I can understand. Okay, now let's come to the large ones. So the large ones, what I'm saying is, if you have a Bansi Mehta, if you have a if you have a Khimji Kumarji, if you have a Chaturvedi and Shah, if you have got SS Kothari and Mehta, if you have got a Mahajan and Aibera, all these. Okay. So these large firms are basically the next option when you can't afford a big four or a big six. People go to these large firms, and these firms are really large, let me tell you, and they do a lot of good work. And the best part is here you can make a place. Correct? You have to go. There is also proper interview process, rounds of interview, and everything happens there. Okay. So large firms, anybody who wants to, जिसको लगता है ना my exposure is not good enough, big four and big six are not asking me or not taking me, the first stepping stones, are these large firms. You spend some time in the large firm, you understand how things work. Because I'll tell you what, in small and smaller audit firms and smaller towns, we only do cut, copy, paste of our audit reports. We don't actually live the audit report. I have been to Deloitte and PwC and I have done Caro reporting. Let me tell you, a single point of Caro requires 2, 3, 4 box files to be compiled to give a simple assurance that yes, fixed assets are in order, registers are maintained, they are physically verified, and they are in working condition. To write this 4 lines or 4 phrases, it requires hell lot of a compliance. Correct? So that is large. Big six is in itself a big discussion, if let me tell you that. So इसको अपन बात के लिए रखेंगे. Yes, every small city does that. You paste the last year's report, just changing the years and the numbers. Now big six is a separate discussion in itself, because under big six there are so many things to understand, and here you try to become a specialist. Correct? So now I open up the house for next 10 minutes on 2 things. Number 1, you can ask questions. And I would suggest if you ask questions by unmuting yourself, that will be faster. Second, this is the first session, let me tell you. Okay. So this is the start. We have to have a lot of discussions. So if you see the job scenario, I gave you the job scenario. Big four and industry we work. Job in various sectors is done. Now this is next sessions. Correct. So now, first of all, if you all can switch on your cameras, that will be helpful. भले कैसे भी दिखते हो चलेगा. So at least I can see who all are attending me, just to get that thing where all you are. Rakshil, Sri Krishna, Vinny, Gunjan. Okay. Yeah, please switch it on. Na? It's fine. All of us are like this only. Shraddha. Shraddha, you are wearing a sweater. इतना ठंड है क्या बेटा? Okay. So nice to see all of you. Do you allow me to click a picture of all of you? Nowadays we have to show it off everywhere ना कि हमने session लिया.
Sure, sir.
I have to do it this way. Okay. So I'll ask you 2 things to do now. You can openly ask any questions which you want to ask. Okay. Manjima, we got connected today in the afternoon only, na? And I gave you the link. Yes. I remember the name. So you can ask any of the questions. Now this is an open house. If you can ask questions, A. Secondly, will it be possible, Acha, all of you are connected with me on any of the WhatsApp groups which I have? Give me a yes or no on the chat. Or on LinkedIn or on Telegram. Because LinkedIn, Telegram, and WhatsApp are 3 different mediums by which we can all the CA people get connected. So I'll just if you allow, I'll share the link of this particular Telegram. This is my Telegram link, beta. Okay, and how many of you can say that, sir, we will be putting up a small post on the session tagging me on LinkedIn today that we attended one session? How many of you can give an assurance to that? कि सर एक LinkedIn पे आप session का post डाल देंगे. You will you be able to give one? Because what I can do is I can make that as an entry ticket. जो जो मेरे को tag करेगा मैं उसी को अगली क्लास में enter करने दूंगा. No, because that is what you need to learn nowadays. Networking is, this is how you build. I'll tell you why I am saying so. I already have 21,000 connects. So if you put it and tag it, so things will go further and you will get different connection requests and everything. That will improve your connectivity and your network. Okay. So if you can do that, it's a request. I was just kidding and pulling you up. It's a request. If you found something useful in today's session, please write a small post with a screenshot photograph. So that will help everybody. Ki, haan, we are talking some sense. Okay. Questions, please. Yes, बताओ. Don't ask this question कि एक दिन में 1 करोड़ कैसे कमाएं. Okay, I can't give you that answer.
Good evening, sir. Am I audible?
Yes, Prasansa, you are audible. Please go ahead.
First of all, sir, thank you so much for giving your precious time to all of us and guiding us through this. It's actually a very difficult time for all of us. While we are in the middle of a sea, we are seeing the shore where CAs are hired, and then we are seeing the other shore where people are seeing us as, I don't know why, heroes or whatever they say. Like they have such a huge expectations, and like हमारे पास तो दिन रात मतलब सुबह शाम में पैसे ही आ गए बिल्कुल जैसे डिग्री मिली है. तो इट्स एक्चुअली टायरिंग टू हियर ऑल दोस वर्ड्स कि अब तो तुम बहुत कमाओगे एंड ऑल. Coming to my point, sir, I had this question. What would be your advice to someone who doesn't want to go into practice in long term? uh, do they really should sit in big six interviews? Should they apply on initial level?
Okay. Anything else to add in the question or can I start my answer?
Yes, sir, please.
Yeah. See, when you go into Big Four and Big Six, what happens is you are, let's say, into risk advisory, you are, let's say, into audit department, you are into tech assurance. These are the firms. मैं वही बोला ना, this Big Six is itself a discussion of 1.5 hours. So I'll be getting into the details of every single firm or single position. That will be domain guidance. Now, what happens? Once you are working in a Big Four or a Big Six, you are trying to do multiple clients. You are understanding different clients and different systems and different processes continuously. And any fine day when you decide, okay, it's enough of it, now I want to switch to an industry to have a settled job. You will be the most employable child or the most employable candidate from Big Six to be going to any industry because you have seen things from the other side of the table. And now if you come to the client side, the client will be more than happy to have you. So if you want to become employable in industry in long run, and before you want to say, I want to try and test many things before I take a decision. So getting into that buffet of trying and testing many things is a Big Four or a Big Six. So you get exposure to many things. Your horizons will broaden up, beta. Many of the things you are not even aware of right now. Once you step into that bigger world, it will come and tell you that, okay, these things happen this way, these things happen this way. So that will be a big thing. So if you ask me, putting yourself into, as I know you are working in a very good CA firm, you have done your articles from a very good CA firm, but still your exposure can be enhanced further. And then you can take up a call at any one point of time that I want to go into one industry or not. So,
Sir, one more added question. Which field in Big Six or Big Four would you suggest to give interview for someone who's trying to chase industry in long run? Means it should be it could be statutory audit or internal or risk advisory.
internal and risk advisory is one and the same thing first. Secondly, now tech is everywhere. So tech risk assurance is something which is very in thing now. The same question was coming in the beginning also from one of the child, I think Divyam, Oracle. So Oracle, SAP, all these organizations, once you are implementing all this, so if you are a part of the tech risk team or a tech assurance team, so you become more employable, because what will happen is what you are auditing, then the client is using. So if I am doing some audit of tech audit from a big four to, let's say, ABC Limited or a HUL or a ITC. So once you know that HUL ITC is working, you then if you go and tell them that I was a part of the audit team, they'll say, okay, then please come this side. Risk advisory, you learn a lot about businesses, business cycles. So risk advisory is again one thing which makes you more employable for industry at any point of time. Okay, clear. Any other questions?
अब तुम ना क्या बोल रहा है हेलो अगला बोलो
Who's this?
अच्छा देखो बोलना
Yeah. Ashwi? Yes.
Hello, sir.
Sri Krishna, you are asking?
Yeah. If we are going to tech risk advisory, tech related risk thing, don't we have to have a specific technical any software or any kind of extra knowledge other than being
Not needed.
CA? Okay.
Because again, the same thing will happen as I told you in terms of that financial modeling thing. They have their own training modules. They have their own training systems. They want a brain which is ready to accept and adapt to the changing situations. They know that you have the financial understanding, taxation understanding. So if they give you the tools to understand, you will be able to comprehend the business knowledge and tell this is a risk, this is a control. That is what they are expecting. They are expecting a financial brain. They are not expecting a technical brain from you. You are not an engineer. You don't know coding, but you know how things flow in a business, which an engineer doesn't know. So for an engineer, 500 here and there cannot make a difference. But for you and me, it can be lakhs of rupees, trial balance difference, compensating each other and coming up to 500. So that's the difference. So they don't expect technical skills from you, but they expect you should be tech friendly and tech receiving person.
Got it, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Next.
So good evening, sir.
Yeah. Jawar, just a minute. Gunjan has a question on the chat box. It is popping up continuously. My question about work from home scenario, sir. What are your opinion about taking work from home? Are there any opportunities available right from the beginning? Gunjan, work from home deprives you from the office environment first. Work from home doesn't allow you to interact with the world and tell you that what is happening across. Now, the problem with that is your updation level stops and your newness comes to a standing still. And let me tell you, within a year or so, you will not have any other option but to stick to whatever they are asking you to do. And that will become routine, monotonous, and not very good in the beginning, beta, if you ask me honestly. Most of the companies have started asking people to come to offices 5 days a week, or a hybrid culture is going on. In hybrid, you have to be in that particular city where your office is. So example, you get a job in Bangalore, so you have to be in Bangalore. You may not travel to you may not go to office every day, but you have to be in Bangalore. That is what the system has come in now. सीखने के हिसाब से गुंजन शुरू में I don't suggest work from home. Okay, Jawahar, you had a question, beta.
Yes, sir. Sir, for someone who is not willing to do work monotonously, so what role would you suggest for these kind of persons?
Getting into CA firms, because that is a challenging day on a regular basis. Every time you change a client, every time you change the scenarios, and then you have a new day every day.
But we work on same reporting works only, no, sir.
No, that is only statutory audit. If you get into internal, if you get into due diligence, see, all these divisions are lengthy to explain right now. I'll have a separate session what I'm trying to tell you. Financial due diligence, mergers and acquisition, transfer pricing, tax compliance, tax litigation, statutory audit, internal audit, IFC controls, compliance. There are so many things which you can do. So it's not the case that you will be having that monotony. Because the client type and the situations keep on changing. But if you want, let me also clarify. You can't say that I want to do merger and acquisition today and internal audit tomorrow. It's like Virat Kohli going to the Wimbledon and saying that I want to play with Novak Djokovic, which cannot happen.
Hello, sir.
Yes. Is it who? Priyanshi?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Priyanshi, please.
Sir, I just wanted to ask, which is the best city for placements? I have heard that Mumbai is a bit overcrowded. Can you please guide on that?
See, being overcrowded, to kya in India, everything is overcrowded. Now you have got chartered accountants coming out at a speed of 10, 15,000 chartered accountants every 4 months now. So, yes, Mumbai will have, but I'll tell you, Mumbai being overcrowded, but the maximum employers also come to Mumbai, na? That's also a thing. So
Yes, sir.
Mumbai,
But is there any alternative to it? Like Pune, for example?
see, I'll tell you, in ICI campus, they allow you to select large and small. And as far as I understand, as per the last classification, Pune and Mumbai both have become large cities as per ICI classification.
Okay.
So you can either pick one. And let me tell you one thing, a very good point which comes to my mind. If you're going to Pune campus of ICI, that does not mean the jobs will be offered for Pune only.
Okay.
So a company may come to Pune ICI campus and then ask you to join in Delhi, Gurgaon, Noida, or Chennai, or Bangalore, or Kolkata.
Okay.
So
And sir, a follow-up question. How is Indore as a campus?
Indore as a campus right now is having lesser of activity, if you ask me.
Okay. Sir, I heard Grant Thornton is also giving offers here.
Grant Thornton बैक ऑफिस, ग्रैंड थॉर्टन इंडिया नहीं दे रहा है, जीटी भारत दे रहा है. जीटी भारत इज अ बैक ऑफिस थिंग. दे आर डूइंग अकाउंटिंग फॉर पीपल. दे आर नॉट इनटू इंडियन कंपनीज ऑडिट. लेट मी बी वेरी क्लियर. इट्स एन ऑफशोर अकाउंटिंग यूनिट इन इंदौर.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
Sir, this is one big doubt, sir. There is EY India, there is EY Global, there is EY GDS. There are so many EYs, sir.
Yes,
Sir,
yes.
is this covered in our upcoming classes, sir?
Yes, yes. The whole big six thing. So
Okay, sir.
I'll just put one small thing in front of the slide right now in front of you. That will become a big again talking point of almost 5 to 7 minutes. So EY India, and you have EY GDS, and it is called GBS also nowadays. Then you have a Deloitte, and then you have a Deloitte USI, correct? Then you have got a PwC, and then you have a PwC AC or PwC SDC. Then you have a KPMG. Then you have a KPMG KGS. Now let me tell you, these things are not equal and these are different. And abhi, all the vacancies which you are getting right now within 3 days of becoming chartered accountants are not from these.
From USIs.
From USIs. Why? I'll tell you. They want to grab you as fast as possible, because the moment you realize the reality, by that time you would have already signed the offer letter. So this is not equal to this.
They are showing urgency for attending physical drives.
Yes, yes, that is what. They want to showcase their office, they want to showcase their style, they want to showcase everything except for work.
Sir, what's your suggestion for a fresher to start with? Whether
No,
you
I'll tell
should
you
go
what, the
to USI
salary,
or
I'll tell you, the salary will be higher here. ये भी बताता हूँ, I'll tell you. The salary will be higher here in these offices. Why? Because dollar billing, rupee payment. But why that is the case? Let us keep it for the next session, because that will take time. We have already passed 8:30. Okay, Mayank has a question. That will be the last question. Sir, what would you suggest to be the best path for someone who want to practice in long run, but what thinks he doesn't have expertise, exposure in every area of work during articleship? Mayank, let me tell you, none of the candidate who is attending the session here has got an experience in expertise in any of the areas. By doing articleship, you develop the understanding of various areas. So whatever area you want to pick now, in the long run, be with those people who are experts. जैसे होता है ना lawyer के साथ. So you be spending time with that person and understand the nitty-gritties of that particular work. So you have to pick that field. Or the purpose of doing these sessions is all only that we make you aware of all these things, so that you become aware before selecting.
हेलो
Correct?
हेलो सर, एम आई ऑडिबल?
Yes, Mayank, please go ahead.
सर लेकिन क्या होता है ना, जब अपन प्रैक्टिस में जाएंगे तो फिर पूरे रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी भी अपने ऊपर आती है ना कुछ भी काम की। तो फिर उसका लगता है कि अगर यहाँ पे साइन हुआ और कुछ गलत हुआ तो वहां पे कंफ्यूजन आता है।
तो भी पैसा
इतना एक्सपर्ट इसमें।
कमाने का है, जिम्मेदारी भी नहीं लेने का, ऐसा कैसे चलता?
नहीं नहीं, वैसे नहीं बोल रहा हूँ मैं।
See, compliance, yes, compliance comes with responsibility, no doubt about it. And definitely, in the beginning years, you don't start your own practice, you become with a practicing chartered accountant. That is what I said. You go and be with small firms, local firms, you have your patience to understand what not to do. Because you also find people struggling for a 2000 rupees also by filing a return. ये भी problem हो रहा है अभी. Because see, if you have filled the returns, you know everything is getting auto-populated now. Hardly there is any intelligent work involved in simple returns. You all would agree with this.
करेक्ट सर।
So you have to develop that specialization.
मतलब अपने जो लोकल एरिया है वहां से शुरू करके फिर अपना प्रैक्टिस डालें तो वो बेस्ट है।
हाँ. If you really want to be in that area only. Because what will happen is, Mayank, you go and spend time in a Bombay or a Bangalore, you work in a 5-star firm or a hi-fi firm. And when you come back, ना तुमको तब उधर का आदत पड़ जाता है. You become used to all that. फिर then you start getting frustrated. Client अच्छा नहीं है, client को information देना नहीं आती है. And then you start having those various points in your mind which the client doesn't even appreciate. बोलता मैं तो आके फीस दे रहा हूँ, ये मेरे को ही डांट रहा है.
उसको आधी बातें समझ भी नहीं आएंगी।
Exactly. You will start speaking to him on those terms which they don't even know.
करेक्ट सर।
So that's where the problem will come.
गॉट इट सर, थैंक यू।
Jawar,
Hi, sir.
yes, Ashwini.
Oh, sir. I think like there is a two part, the theoretical knowledge part and the application experience. Like if we want to get into big fours and we had a few like limited exposure on the practical application part, though we are strong in theory, like the interviews in big fours will be focusing on the practical application or the experience part more than the theoretical knowledge.
No, Ashwini, it will be the other way around. We will be having a pre-placement talk session. I think you logged in late. There will be a pre-placement talk session where the partners and HR will come and speak to you. And this question which you have raised is a very valid one. It is always there. They don't expect that you understand their working culture and working style because that is not available in public domain. But what they are expecting from you is, are you clear with your fundamentals? So for example, your CV says that you worked for a particular manufacturing company. Example, I'm just taking a hypothetical example right now.
Okay.
So you said, I have worked. So they'll come back with a question asking you, what all did you work? Which areas did you work on? So if you say, I worked on procure to pay or purchases. So then on the basis of that purchase, they will put up a question. How did you check purchases? What is the basic process flow of procure to pay? What are the key points to be kept in mind? Now, what are they trying to test? Let me tell you. They are trying to test that are you able to organize your thoughts? Are you able to explain the work which you have done? And are you technically clear or not? Because if you are able to explain, tick mark number one, that you are able to speak to the client. Are you able to organize your stuff? So that means when the clients give you information for audit purposes, you will be able to organize. And then how will you solve it? So they are seeking in you a person who can go and interact with the client and complete the discussion in a logical way. They don't expect rocket science from you, beta. They expect capability to understand, comprehend, and reply to it based on the work exposure which you have. Because most of the candidates who get into Big Fours are not having experience of articleship at Big Fours.
Understand.
Okay. So don't fear that and don't listen to the noise around saying that if you have worked from a smaller firm, you are nowhere good. I have worked for a smaller firm, a sole proprietor firm. I got into PwC and Deloitte. They sent me to United Kingdom, London on a secondment. So here is a Jita Jagta example in front of you who has done that. So be assured that you will be able to make it.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. So I'll draw close to this session because we're already 9 minutes past our session time. So may I request all of you to, first of all, I have given you the Telegram link. Did you all get that?
Yes, sir. It's working.
Okay. Secondly, I am available on LinkedIn also. So LinkedIn, I'm available as Deepak Mulchandani. I'll just show you if you allow me. And what else? You all are there with me on WhatsApp, no? WhatsApp, LinkedIn, and Telegram. These three options are available where you can continuously be in touch. And I request all of you to put up a post marking me. And secondly, bringing more of your friends. Which WhatsApp group you are in right now? Can you all tell which WhatsApp group you got this invite from? Yeah, latest one. Okay, makes sense.
May 25 month, sir. Latest one.
Okay, May 25. Great. No worries. ठीक है. See you day after tomorrow, because tomorrow I will be having a session with my CA inter students. Okay, keep your questions ready. Okay, can I close?
Sir, I have asked you one question, sir. Can you please spend another 1 or 2 minutes to answer it, sir? It will be very helpful for us.
I missed it out, Jawar. Can you just repost it, beta?
Yes, sir. Pasted, sir.
For someone who is interested in securities market, equity research analyst, where the work is dynamic, how can we go it, sir? How a CA fresher can find it? They will take you there. You need to apply into this share broking companies, finance companies, and please pull this out from your mind that multiple attempts will be a problem. 3 attempts are decent. Even ICI considers, Big Four considers. So don't think that in mind that 3 attempts will create a problem. They will not create a problem. Be assured.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Sure. Thank you very much for your time. See you soon.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.